Welcome to another edition of Wrestling Goons Radio. Today is the Raw reaction, and we are here to talk about everything that happened on Monday Night Raw for this week. I have Damien Lawson here with me, and we want to first thank everybody listening to us on Back Sports channels, iTunes, and Stitcher, where you can download us at Wrestling Goons Radio, Blogger at WrestlingGoonsRadio.blogspot.com, and on YouTube. Damien, welcome to the show, buddy. How you doing?
I'm okay. How you doing, Anthony?
Good to have me here, man. We got a lot to knock out and a little time to do it, so let's hop right into it. Monday Night Raw started with our famous Rowdy Roddy Piper, and they celebrated his passing with a nice little package. He died on Friday at the age of 61 of cardiac arrest and his sleep. Damien, did you like the video that they did?
I loved every moment of it. It was a pretty good package for Roddy that they did. It hit home that all my heroes are dying. Kind of crazy though.
Yeah, it's becoming a who's list of who's up in heaven. Like I saw somebody post that meme the other day of all of them lined up, and wow, like the names that are on that list that are floating up there is a lot bigger than the names down here. Actually, like we're starting to lose all of our heroes. They're starting to go away. Roddy is wow, he set the tone for what a heel was, and if you missed our tribute to Roddy Piper episode, go back and watch it on YouTube or one of our other sites like Blogger and iTunes because it's on there. And I think we did a nice job of giving Roddy the justice he deserves at the beginning of it. He was the best. He's the heel that set the standard. And we're going to get into heels a lot more this week. That's going to be the focus of a lot of our talks on Wrestling News Radio. Uh, the show started with Seth Rollins doing his in-ring segment. Showed a video of him shattering John Cena's nose in the match. Did you notice, by the way, Damien, the "You Can't See Me" shirt that he had?
Yeah, I seen it. Um, John Cena's nose. Did they wipe his nose in the middle of a televised match?
Yes, that's what happened. The doctor didn't come in and clean him up.
Did they really do that?
That is exactly
In
what
the
happened.
third hour,
Yes, because they can't allow blood into the meat. That's just not allowed, especially under John Cena for some reason. So,
it was the third hour.
how do you think Joey Mercury felt? Like, remember when his nose got? I mean, he just got obliterated by that ladder by Matt
Y-
Hardy sports a
yeah,
long time ago. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, he's sitting in the back going, "Did nobody come out there for me?" Oh man, crazy. But it's crazy. Do you like the fact that they're gonna do title for title?
Um, yeah and no. I would like at SummerSlam for all the titles to be challenged for individually. But if they're going to take the title off of Cena, if he lose to Rollins, okay. No one is going to say anything. I don't see him beating Rollins for the title, even though he's the hottest right now. It's only the only place for Cena to do is to go up. I don't believe they're going to let him take it. If they do let him take it, I believe it's going to be a cash in, and we're going to see the most boring champion since Diesel and Sheamus.
I would not mind that as much, but here's why. Because I'm not endorsing Sheamus as champion, but my worry when I first heard that this was going to be title for title was I don't want to see another title unification because what you're going to have, first off, this is a shot at Ring of Honor. They've been taking a shot at Ring of Honor for a while now, and Ring of Honor just did the double champion storyline with Jay Lethal. And this is WWE just taking another shot at them because we're going to wind up having a double champion. And I do think it's going to be Seth Rollins. That's why I wouldn't mind if Sheamus went ahead and cashed in now. Go ahead and give Seth. I guess that makes Seth the United States champion. It's a kind of a fall, but at the same time, that belt's been so elevated that Seth still has a title without really losing one. So yeah, I guess I could be okay with that. Thoughts?
Exactly. Self if it is self, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Seth beating John Cena and Sheamus cashing in. There will be nothing greater for me at SummerSlam than to have two new champions off one match. Well, one and a half matches, because all Sheamus gonna do is kick the shit out of him and it's over.
I
But
I think we
the
both know the reason why me and you don't want this to happen is because John Cena would be the 16-time World Heavyweight Champion for all of 30 seconds.
the when you say 16 times, I
Yeah,
only think of one person.
yeah. Well, it's about to me too, sir. I don't, you know.
I don't
Uh,
believe it. In all honesty, as a wrestling fan, even sports entertainment fan, I don't believe the 15-time champion can hold the 16-time champion strap, honestly.
no, I mean it's a travesty that he's even that close. We both know that, and which is why I hope that it is that. Like I hope that it's not John, but at the same time, you're gonna have a heel cashing in on a heel, and I can't see them turning Sheamus face. So that really makes me kind of sick at the thought that John Cena
it
could actually be doing this.
it would it be a heel turning on a heel if Triple H told Sheamus to do it?
Well, then you're turning Rollins face. And you think that with all Rollins has done, which is going to be our next question about, do you think that maybe Seth is one of the best heels we've had in the last 15 years? With the heel he's gotten, do you really think they can turn Seth this quickly back to being a good guy?
It de- no, no, because there's no other heel.
Exactly. And what we're going to talk about this weekend on our show, and you can tune in, we're going to discuss what the heel in wrestling has basically disappeared into. We don't have one anymore. And Seth Rollins, as you said, he's not only, even Sheamus, like nobody likes Sheamus, but Sheamus doesn't cheat to win, ever. He just uses his brute strength and a distraction or something. A distraction is not cheating. I don't know why WWE can't be more creative with this stuff.
It is not. It is not.
Roddy Piper, that tribute they ran. You know how many eye pokes we saw in that, and how many low blows we saw from Roddy Piper?
You know how many roll up pins Ric Flair did with pulling the tights?
Oh man, and putting the foot on the middle rope.
Exactly.
Oh,
Or
so,
holding the middle ropes with the figure four?
and it's not hard stuff. Like it's not stuff that you gotta think really hard to do. It's simple stuff. And they just don't do it. I don't understand. Oh man. We won't get into that this weekend though, for sure. Um, they had the open challenge for the world heavyweight title. Since I Cena wasn't there, Seth Rollins was, and he's a fighting champion. However, he will only fight somebody under 200 pounds and under 6 foot because he doesn't make the rules. He just has to follow them. They then suggested that his opponent may be El Torito, and they actually went as far to hit the music, and then the music cut off, and out comes Neville, and we had a great 15-minute match for what I thought. It was a great match to start the show. They had a few botches in it, but it wasn't too awful, and the fans really kind. I guess they thought for a while there that maybe Neville was going to be able to pull it out. They gave him a few close finishes. Uh, Damien, your thoughts on the match and tell me, did you notice that Neville actually got a 3 count that the ref just didn't count?
Yes, it was a real 3 count. And yes, I feel like, if anything, this should push Neville into the main event. Because if they made a story behind it, it would work.
That's
It,
exact. Yeah, that's my thought too. Like right now, the
it,
fans
it,
noticed it so much that JBL called it out on the commentary. Once the announcers acknowledge it, you gotta roll with it.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean the ref's going to be fired. He should be fired or suspended. But
Since you're
the
not
way
turn him into the authority ref though.
that not with Steph and Trips going face, you can't.
Oh, but are they really going face?
Seems that way.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem. We don't know who's face or heel anymore.
Exactly. It really seems that they're going face. They don't have heat
No,
like they used to,
no.
and they're the masters at heat. I mean, no one else can get more heat in this company as Stephanie McMahon.
I went back and watched this morning. Went back and watched the Rock and Ronda thing again. Man, Stephanie, when Stephanie is bad, she's bad. Oh, she's
She can get heat like her dad. I mean, it's in her blood. But what I'm saying is, he could go to management and get himself inserted into it, and then no one has to lose.
bad. Hmm,
He could, he can pin Cena, and Seth was like, my championships are still there.
that's interesting. I can't see them doing that, but if they do, that would be a great direction. Now, what I do think, I'm wondering if Neville's gonna play a part in this Green Arrow thing, because he has the red arrow, we got the green arrow. I mean, I'm not sure if they're gonna connect the dots, because I really can't see Stephen Armel being able to compete in a match. But we'll get into that later in the show for sure. Last question,
Especially that close to the season premiere. He can't lose.
right? And I guess Stardust can't afford a lot. He can lose, so he's probably isn't gonna lose that feud. You enjoyed the match though overall, Neville and Rollins?
Yes, it was a good match.
Oh man, we need to have that more often. Do you think that Seth is the new anti-Cena? Like, is he gonna be the top heel for a while, or do you think that they're eventually gonna have to turn him?
Is he going to be the top? If I'll save it for this weekend.
Okay, all right. Save it for this weekend, folks. That's a good teaser. All right, we're gonna move on to the eight-man tag match. We have the Los Matadores and the Lucha Dragons. They face the New Day and Ascension with the PTP on commentary. Titus is really entertaining. Like everybody knows, I'm not a PTP fan, but Titus has been doing a lot of great work in the community, as well as really delivering in his promos on the microphone. His commentary and victory with JBL, very entertaining stuff. New Day was very entertaining in this match. Uh, Kofi hits the Trouble in Paradise, pins them, and they get the win. Do you think we're gonna have a multi-tag match at SummerSlam?
I hope not. It was the last multi-tag match. Elimination Chamber. That sucked. Um, what I do want is I want the New Day to get their title back. And another thing is the way Titus talks. I want him to have the mic more. Titus has some charisma that he can actually interact with the crowd. And you remember back when the Road Warriors or Demolition would do promos before they matches on s- on Superstars or on the Superstation.
Yeah, when you do it in the back and the announcer would talk to you right before your music hits, and then you
Yeah,
cut your promo and then walk right through the ramp. Yeah.
yeah. I think that's what the tag team division is missing. Like, give them a personality besides clapping to the ring, or a bull, or a mask, and some theme song. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the problem is that Vince for so long has just looked at tag team wrestling as irrelevant that they're just throwing people together and making the tag division irrelevant. I agree that the Elimination Chamber match was awful. I know Dan liked it. I thought it was terrible. I do see them doing a big 8-man tag, because what has happened, if you haven't noticed, is that everybody has pinned everybody at some point in this feud. So everybody's gonna have their claim to say, hey, no, I should be the number one contender, blah blah blah. So I definitely think we're gonna get that, and I'm with you. I think that New Day is so over as with the crowd right now, as far as like you don't want to like them, but you have to like them because they're so good at trying to make you not like them. Uh, I think it's the best gimmick on the whole roster right now. Like I look forward to everything they do. Xavier Woods is the best manager we've had since Teddy Long, and I'm being dead serious on that. I don't think of Paul Heyman I don't think of Paul Heyman as a manager type. I think of him as an advocate. He's in a league of his own. But as far as like just managing people and bringing them to the ring, Xavier is that dude. Like he's cutting a promo the entire time outside the ring. Who can do that? Like when he screams tricep meat, I literally have. I hope I'm not drinking nothing when he does it. And it goes right through my nose. Yeah, it's hilarious. And then if they're ever in the quiet part of the match, all they got to do is start clapping, and the crowd immediately they get right back invested in it. So I love it. It's a great gimmick, and I hope that they get them tag titles back. So uh, next we had the Bellas versus Charlotte and Becky. The Bellas had some dominant offense early in the match, and by the way, Charlotte and Becky and Paige have renamed their team to the Sorority Sisters. They gained momentum in the SummerSlam by getting the win. The Bellas have lost in every single match they've been in, and that since this feud has come up, so it kind of has me thinking that the Bellas are going to win at SummerSlam. Go figure. Uh, yeah, yeah. What was your thoughts on the match itself?
It's okay match to, I guess, to showcase the young girls. I'm glad to see that they're not burying them. I mean, look at Neville. He got called up and he's been buried. So I'm totally glad that they're pushing the Divas women to a spot where it's not a bathroom break. It's not a change the channel thing. I'm invested in seeing all these girls, even the Bellas.
Yeah, I know this isn't going to be real popular with the IWC, but the Bellas have really been forced to step their game up, but they have. Like, they're not matching what the new NXT girls are doing, but they're also not making it look like a crap fest either. Like, they're holding their own. I have noticed that Brie Bella is the one that is getting all the losses, and Nikki, I think Nikki took one this week, but this is the first one that she took. Do you think they're protecting Nikki for her to get the win? I think we both just said that Nikki is gonna walk out with that title, right?
Yes, I think they're protecting Nikki, but I can understand that.
Yeah, I want she
I can
just
understand that.
we don't want
You
her to break that streak, but she's gonna break it. So,
even even though we don't want her to break the streak, in all actuality, the champ shouldn't lose
and you want to talk
to the
about
newcomers.
Heat? You know how many people don't like Nikki Bella just for the fact that she's in the spot she's in?
Well, do you really believe that she deserved to win that title when she did?
Now that also creates heat, right? Because we may not
Right.
think she deserves it, but we're gonna
Uh,
keep watching until she loses. So
When she took that title from AJ Lee,
yeah,
she shouldn't even been in the ring with AJ Lee.
I
I
agree.
mean, I mean,
I wanted
before the
Natty to do it.
NXT girls, before the NXT girls, this was the standard, AJ Lee.
Yeah,
And then you lose the title on a kiss?
yeah, a lesbian kiss,
Right.
nonetheless.
Come on.
Well, I almost
Come
forgot
on.
that, and wow. So, yeah, we definitely think that Nikki's gonna retain. We'll just have to see where that goes. Next we had Miss TV. What about that trip? Miz did an awesome tribute to Piper, by the way. He totally broke character to do that, and that was really awesome. I was so glad to see him do that. He has Kevin Owens and Cesaro on the show. Kevin Owens comes out. He catches up the Miz in the very beginning by saying he has all of his movies on DVDs. He said that Cesaro is jealous of him, and then Cesaro comes out to interrupt him. KO continues to tell him that he's jealous of all other accomplishments in 3 months, and he's done more than Cesaro has done in 3 years. Cesaro tells him that Walk Owens Walk is a quitter, and so on, and then they go about it, they have a scuffle, and the Miz gets involved, and they both pull the punk card on him and tell him to sit down and shut up while the men fight, and then Owens says, I'll fight you, but not right now because I only fight for a price. Were you entertained by this segment of Miss TV, Damien?
Yes. Yes. And the fact that this is a win-win for both Owens and Cesaro because Owens can elevate Cesaro because Vince feel like Cesaro isn't charismatic enough or whatever. But look at the type of person he has to work with now. It's easy to feed off of Kevin Owens. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely agree with you. I think that Kevin Owens is going to be the guy that is finally going to get Cesaro where he needs to be. This was Owens' idea because I think Owens knows that Cesaro needs to be on that level, and I think that he's worked with Cesaro many times as Claudio and the Kings of Wrestling. Like
Mm-hmm.
they have the history, so he knows what to get out of Cesaro. I think it's gonna be the match on the card, just for the fact that I'm biased, of course. Kevin Owens is my favorite wrestler, but you can't argue with his matches. They're all grade A, top performance. And when you tell me you got him and Cesaro one on one, yeah, sign me up. I want it to be an Iron Man match. You got 4 hours. You could make this the number one contender, and it would steal your whole card. At the same time, I don't think that they want to underrate their other matches. So I really don't think they're going to give this match the spot it deserves on the card. But I definitely think it's going to be the best match on the card.
They're gonna steal the show.
Yeah,
I guarantee it's gonna be 20 minutes, but I don't see a lot of false finishing. I see a lot of wrestling,
chain
a
wrestling.
lot of big spots. I really feel like it's going to steal the show. I'm talking about HBK style.
Yep, I agree. I think this is going to be one of those matches where, like, next month and the month after that, you're still talking about it. It's going to be that good. I really do. Um, well, next, did you notice that we had the Ronda Rousey tribute to Roddy Piper? And, you know, see, what was your thoughts about them airing that on Monday Night Raw?
It's awesome that they're doing it because because it's showing that they're not as, how can I say it? against USC as USC is against them.
I think it's more that Dana looks down on wrestling.
Yeah, with his comments last week.
Exactly. And we can get on that on the weekend show as well as
Yeah.
another topic because he
he,
ruffled a
he
lot of feathers.
yeah, he did.
He sure did, and we can definitely get into that. I'm glad to see it too, though. It definitely leads me to think that the WWE and Ronda Rousey are not done doing business yet. So,
Well, pretty soon she's gonna have nothing else to prove in UFC, and I'm sure a WWE contract will be very lucrative for her.
we're still waiting on that Cyborg fight. If we get that, so right now we're getting at Ronda Rousey and Misha Tate 4, which I don't think anybody wants to see, but whatever. Um, that's another story for another time. Next on the show, we had Rusev facing the former, and I say former with a big stretch, world's strongest man, Mark Henry. He lost in 2 minutes. Rusev apparently now has the sidekick as a finisher. I guess he only does that on people he can't get the accolade on. So, um, he went hellish after the match and then another kick to the face. Nobody knows what Henry is. Does this match do anything for Rusev leaned into SummerSlam? And what are your thoughts about this whole year that he's got going on with Dolph Ziggler not even being there?
I love Russo. I do. I love his character. I don't feel like he has enough heat. I don't. And this is where I feel like he can get more by doing heelish stuff. Um, what if Mark Henry had the upper hand the whole match, and Summer Rae handed Rusev something while and then distracted the referee, and he knocks Henry out?
Maybe they're saving that finish for SummerSlam with Ziggler.
Maybe, but you see how much heat he would have got.
I definitely feel like they're gonna have to do something because the thing is, I think they wanted Summer Rae to create that kind of heat for trying to be Lana. And I think they thought the crowd was just gonna totally like just want to massacre her. And nobody cares. Like they're just like, okay, there's Summer Rae, whoop de do. They need to do something to make us hate them. I agree with you completely. I think the problem is we almost feel sympathetic for Rusev. Because we know what it's like to lose that girl. And we're like, man, poor Rusev. Because we know that he doesn't really like Summer Rae. He's only using her to make Lana jealous. So, well, I think it's been a really bad story. I think if Dolph Ziggler hadn't been there to help sell it, then it might have made it better. But I wasn't excited about it when he was there, so I'm really not excited about it now. This will probably be the match I tune out for, actually. We had another Bray Wyatt promo. This was weird because they had Sheamus show up in the middle of it, and then they followed it with a Shield promo, and they had Randy Orton show up in the middle of it. I'll be honest, I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that Sheamus popped in to add 2 cents, and then Randy just walked in to add his. It just didn't feel natural at all. What was your thoughts on it?
It sucked. Well, I can't say it sucked. Bray's part of the promo was fine with me. Even how he sold it, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah, he did a good job of connecting the dots.
That's fine with me. The tone and the contrast between Bray's promo and Sheamus' promo,
Mm,
that's where it lost me.
mm-hmm. And as bad as that was, I think Randy's was worse. Because Randy literally just popped in to say what he had to say and walked back off. Like, I was like, why are you even here?
Yeah,
It was
pretty much.
it was bad. That did not do a good job of setting up that 6-man tag for me at all.
But it was a throw together to me, and I really didn't appreciate it.
Well, you know,
I didn't.
we
I
got to
didn't appreciate the
we
Raw main event.
no, and I would rather than give me the match than force all of them in a promo together.
Matter of fact, give me the U.S. Open challenge.
Well, we can't do that because the guy's got a broken nose and we don't even know he'll be there.
Give me the Kevin Owens challenge.
I'll take that. Yeah.
I
Uh,
would be okay.
Dan did want us to mention that he did not enjoy the promo, and he thinks that Bray Wyatt's delivery is terrible. But we know that Dan says that every single week. So
No, this time his delivery was okay.
I'm okay with him delivering most weeks. I think that he speaks so deep that you have to really look at every word he's saying and analyze it because it means something else. He never really speaks plainly, like everything is deception. Uh, Next we had the King Barrett. He comes out and meets Zack Ryder, who actually got on TV again. It was another quick match. Ryder got the Brewski boot in, but somehow that led right into the Bullhammer afterwards. This is another complaint I have with WWE, how they have to let somebody get their spot in, but it's right at the finish, so you go from one finisher right into the next. I hate that spot. What do you think?
I think Vince has lost his mind. Brooklyn Brawler never got his finisher in every time he was in a match. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Why are jobbers doing anything positive?
And
If
if
you're trying
anybody is confused in this audience, Zack Ryder is a jobber.
to, I'm sorry, Zach. I love you. You a New Yorker. We might, I might try to get you on the show.
Yeah,
I'm
hey.
sorry. I'm sorry. The place they have you is jobber.
Mm.
You can be over with the fans as long as you want, but the upper management considers you a jobber.
We'll give him more airtime on Wrestling Goons Radio than you can get on Monday Night Raw. That's exactly what it is. But I agree with you, man. I don't understand. Like, if you're going to put somebody in a match with a jobber, there's no reason that jobber can get any offense in. Ever. Ever.
Let me tell you something. The Nexus, Cena wrestled them individually. He dominated each one, except Wade, because they were jobbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, they were all weak, but, yeah, they couldn't do anything individually.
No. So I don't see why Zack Ryder has any offensive move that can lead to this boot in your face, knee,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's not believable because it makes Barrett. Because then you're looking at Barrett going, okay, why are you even laying in the corner to take this? Like, how weak are you? That's what I think. So yeah, that's another thing we need to get into. That'll be another topic for this weekend is we don't use jobbers enough the right way. So, God, we got a lot of topics to go over this weekend. Um, Next up, Damien, do you think we're at the point with a Paul Heyman promo where we might want to change that Y7 rating at the top of the screen? Because I don't
It's
know if we're
always in the
PG.
third hour.
Yeah, I don't know if we're PG anymore when Paul
Yeah,
comes out.
it's always in the third hour, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because
Their
Paul.
claim is the first 2 hours is PG only.
Okay, well, that's fair. Well, then,
That's their claim.
they ought to make 10 to 11 just like the adult hour. Like, they ought to
Yeah.
just be going all out with that. That would be a good way to get your third hour some more ratings. God, no, I mean, how stupid are you? Anyway, sorry, I know we're not supposed to do that. Whatever. Anyway, um, so Heyman comes out. He says that he wanted to make something clear. Undertaker started this fight, and he's not the same man that he was. He's now a vengeful man, A man who becomes a bitch when in Lesnar's presence because Lesnar owns him. They also used some videos that set Heyman points up about Lesnar destroying him. Lesnar then comes out as Paul Heyman brings him out and throws steps into the ring so he can stand on them as his own platform. Heyman then ran down the destruction of Undertaker last time they met, even stating that Undertaker begged Vince for a rematch and Vince wouldn't let him have it because he knew the same thing would happen. Heyman,
Mm-hmm.
Heyman then went into a big time pitch, hyping the match as too big for WrestleMania, so they gotta do it now. He added that Taker needed an ambulance, the hospital, and a year off last time. This time he's gonna need his last rites because he will be resting in pieces. I know you love anything Paul Heyman says, but where would you rank this promo compared to the others?
Considering last week's promo when he said your ass belongs to Brock Lesnar was so awesome, and my all-time great was when he was calling out Vince.
Oh, you
It
mean
could,
like in 2006 or 2008?
yeah.
Whatever he did, the whole ECW, you took everything from me promo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's epic. Yeah.
It can be top 10. It wasn't. He sold SummerSlam. Don't get me wrong, but the pull apart that they had last week already has sold SummerSlam. So
I think that's why we're not having the Undertaker again. Like, I don't think you're gonna see him. You might see him on the Go Home show.
yeah, so it really didn't make me want to watch it more because that pull apart might be the best pull apart since Tyson Austin.
I think it's better.
I was
I think it's better.
nah.
No, I think it is. I think it is only because you had the theatrics and the Tyson, but like they went at it like they went at their initial scuffle, and you had a whole lot more people separating them, but they didn't try to go back at each other again. Brock and Undertaker went at each other like 7 times. They just kept coming back for more. I thought it was. I don't think. I don't think it could have been done any better.
It was wonderful. Don't get me wrong. It was wonderful. And it sold it. It's nothing Paul can say now that can enhance it because we're all invested in it now. Even though we don't want to see the Undertaker get suplexed 20 times.
We're going to though. It's probably gonna be 25. You can't keep doing them. And good luck to Undertaker actually having to take those blows on his head. Oh my goodness.
But I don't know. I don't know. Oh God.
Yeah. Well,
Undertaker get if
I
an
I think
Undertaker get a concussion,
I think
that'll
we're
be the
all
last time we see him.
I think we're all the same concern. Like we're more concerned about Undertaker's well-being than watching the match. Like we're worrying that he may not come back out of this thing. I guess he don't remember last time. Maybe
Do
he
you
went.
think it's going to be a finish?
Yeah, I think they're gonna give him his win back. But boy, I just don't
You
see
don't
how you. I don't see how you
you
do
don't
that.
think Kane's going to interfere?
Yeah, but if he does, I think it'll be on behalf of the Undertaker. Like I think he'll help the Undertaker get the win. Maybe, and then maybe that's how you do it. Cause I'm sitting here wondering how Brock can lose without just looking really weak, losing to a 15-year-old man. So I don't know. Yeah, I think Kane maybe could cost Brock the match. That would be a good finish for me if you're gonna let Undertaker win. So, what do you think?
I think that if you're protecting Brock, Kane has to.
But he's taking out Brock, right? Not Taker.
Yeah,
Okay.
he has to. I hope I don't see Sting. I hope Sting does not get involved.
Yeah, and you don't want him Sting, right? No?
No,
Yeah, I would hope not.
I do not want Sting involved.
No, I don't either.
I'm sorry. Everybody wants to see this Sting Undertaker thing.
I don't want to see him at Mania because I know he's going to lose.
I do not want to see Sting lose another match.
I don't either.
Because in my eyes, he can't go in the Hall of Fame with two matches, two losses.
Oh, and there's a good chance that that really might happen. Hope not. But
And I can't see that happening.
we'll just have to see. But definitely we're excited about the match. We just learned about Undertaker as well. So, next we had Paige and Naomi. It was a one-on-one match where they gave Naomi a good bit of offense. Paige sold a lot, and at the end, Naomi tapped out. So Paige got her win. Uh, Jamie, what were your thoughts on the match? And is Team Bad really getting any heat, or are they just kind of tweeners right now?
Team Bad. They're on that Cesaro Island where don't nobody know what to do with them. First off, you have the best women's wrestler on your side. I understand they don't want to push Sasha so far that she's out of NXT. I understand that. But you got them with two stiffs to me. You know what I'm saying, Anthony?
Yeah, no, I feel you. I don't feel like Sasha was. I
I
mean,
don't feel
I'll
like
be
she
honest.
gave.
I'll be honest. I think we both know why she got put with that team, and it's obviously a race thing because they
Yeah,
didn't
I
know
understand
they
that.
didn't know where to put her, and that's just what they did. But I went with you. She doesn't fit. I feel like she's so much better than them. Like, and that's not a slap in the face of Naomi and Tamina. They're just different workers than Sasha Banks. I feel like she would have been better suited by herself. Because that's what a boss does. She doesn't need people.
And another thing is, um, Naomi always talking, and I think it's going to lead to Sasha leaving because Naomi's thinking she's the voice.
That's my only hope is like I don't like this trios team, so I'm hoping that they put all of them together just as a way to break everybody up into their own storylines. That's my
Yeah,
hope. Like I don't,
that's my hope.
yeah. So we'll have to see where they take that. But overall, they made Paige look good heading into her podcast, which we had on Austin Stone Cold podcast later on that night on the WWE Network. It was a pretty decent episode. I saw it. Did you check out anything about it?
I didn't even look at it.
Man,
Um,
Austin
no.
felt really awkward. Like, Paige has a super Austin bark, like
Yeah,
Austin is her favorite wrestler, blah blah blah. So she acted like the giddy schoolgirl, and you can just tell that Austin didn't get it. Like he was playing reporter. That's all he was doing. So
yeah. Well, he's in a tough spot because this guy got Piper fired like a month before he died.
amen. That's something else we can talk about again this week at the show. Uh, wow. And I'm still waiting to hear what he said because if you noticed, I didn't hear anything about Piper on the podcast. So, yeah, he didn't mention it on the show. So we'll see. We get a couple of backstage segments. Stardust and he cuts this little promo, and the Green Arrow will appear on Raw next week. You ready for this?
Yeah, yeah. I'm ready for the Green Arrow to show his face. I hope he in a tag team match. I'd rather see him and Neville against Stardust and Goldust than him going one on one with Stardust.
Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna throw Goldust back in it though.
I wish they would, but
I do.
I wish. But
Uh,
you know how that go.
yeah, yeah. I think they're really planning on doing big things for Stardust here. Like, they have wrote it out of me comic now. They have Stardust in it. This could be a big thing. It could spin off into and their own thing. Like, Stardust could become a comic book character, which would be pretty freaking awesome.
Eh, hey, in the age where comic book characters are what's hot now,
Yep.
that would be a smart move.
And if anybody can pull it off, it could be Stardust. He is. I cannot say enough how much I'm loving this character right now because his interview he does on WWE.com this week with Michael Cole. You guys have to watch that. Haven't seen it. Wow, he totally gets immersed in that character. It's awesome stuff. Um, Next we have another Piper tribute that they ran earlier. It was the same tribute they started the show with. We talked about the promo that Orton cut them earlier. Then we have the six-man tag. Wyatt and Sheamus versus Roman and Orton and Ambrose. It was the good guys get the win. Of course, Roman getting the pinfall. Uh, we've already said we really, really, really hate the fact that they throw these tag matches together as main events. But it was I noticed that all the good guys won this week. This was the good guy episode where I guess they were, which I kind of found insulting that Roddy Piper was the top heel and all the good guys won. But maybe
Rollins won.
yeah, Rollins did win. Okay. But other than that, did you take anything from this main event?
No, no, it sucked. Um, it was some spots here and there. Yeah, you made Reigns look strong. Woohoo, he's not going to be over. Um, my thing is this all you have for Dean Ambrose?
Yep.
Like, you have a whole indie roster now, almost. You can do something with Dean Ambrose, and
His,
you can let him loose.
his backstage promos and his promos on WWE.com are golden. Golden.
They can let Dean Ambrose loose now. I don't understand. I do not understand what they're doing with him.
Do you think that he's just part of protecting Roman?
This far along,
I think they're still protecting Roman.
I, the way I look at it, it's a year now. It, it's over a year since they broke up. Dean Ambrose should have his own identity. He should not be held back because of Roman. And if they are protecting Roman by using Dean, that sucks.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna do that, like, if you're gonna keep them together, why are they not dominating the tag division?
Exactly.
I mean, that's my thing. Like, if you're determined to keep these
Exactly.
together, then put the belts on them. Like, make
N-
them worthwhile.
This guy held the U.S. title longer than anybody since probably the 90s.
And what does that say about the tag division and they're a tag team and they don't even want to go for the belts?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Tag.
And it's just awful. What I really,
The,
really like. I know a lot of people disagree with this name, and I've heard many people praise this tag division as being deeper than it's been. But I think they just like the teams that are in it. Because I'm telling you, this tag division is not focused on by management at all. And we see it in these main event tag matches that tag team wrestling should never be people put together in a tag team. It should be for tag teams. I want it to be precision tag team wrestling. I want to see the hot tags and the quick tags in and out. I don't want to see two feuds put together in a match. It's stupid to me. But
this is
anyway,
not. This is
final.
not the golden era.
Amen. We're done with that. 1985 is over. Dusty Rhodes is no longer here. We gotta move on, Daddy. God, that was a horrible Dusty impression. Final thoughts on the show. Damien, and give us a grade real quick.
Love the Piper tribute. Rollins won. Um, I really think he gained heat because of the 3 count. That wasn't. Um,
They can't ignore that. They're gonna have to. They,
yeah, yeah. Um, Heyman was brilliant. Brock was brilliant just by standing there. Um, Cesaro and KO, brilliant. I like the pairing. I believe KO is going to work with a lot of indie guys coming up. I believe I believe he's going to work with a lot of people he already worked with, and I'm okay with that. Long as management see the fact that the crowd loves him. Um, Main event, I give a F just because the pairing was terrible, terrible to me.
they should have threw this match on first and gave us Rollins and Neville in the main event.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I would have done. What's your final grade on the show?
C minus.
C minus. Wow. I'm gonna go with a C plus just for the simple fact that I did enjoy the Heyman promo. I did enjoy the Cesaro Owens Miss segment. But overall, yeah, like you said, it was just kind of a show. Like it was one of their we're not really trying hard to give a great show. We're just putting one together type shows.
It was one of their shows that was we don't have Monday Night Football to deal with this week.
Which, by the way, they better get ready to step their game up real quick. Because after SummerSlam is over, they got major competition on their hands on Monday nights. So, do not start mailing it in just yet. You need to get ready to give us some hot hitting product here soon. I'm going to give it the same plus, like I said, and hopefully we will end these useless tag team main events. We want to thank everybody that listened to this show today and all of our others. You can get that content on WrestlingGoonsRadio.blogspot.com. You can download us on iTunes and Stitcher at Wrestling Goons Radio. We're on Facebook at Wrestling Goons Radio. We're on Twitter at Goons Radio. And thank you to Phil Nason for producing the show. And if we're on Power Station FM, thank you for all of our listeners there. We will be with you this weekend for another hard-hitting episode of Around the Squared Circle. We're going to have a bunch of controversial topics. We've already led into a few for this episode. Damien, looking forward to it, brother. You ready? Saying goodbye.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, well, for Damien and for myself, we will see you this weekend. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good one.